We are paid. We are paid to give positive reviews. Now, when I first saw this, you guys, my eyes kind of lit up a little bit. I kind of lit up because this was a day after I dropped my video. I thought for a second that this might have been a response to my video. Spoiler alert, it was not. They actually do not address any of the points that I made in the video or any of the points that we discussed earlier in the stream tonight. They're just coping. They're just making excuses and pushing narratives that they are not paid in exchange for their positive coverage of this bullshit. So let me full screen it and let me, where do we start? First clip is at a minute and 10 seconds. I need a drink.
This is an impromptu video that we are doing. Roxy showed up in the parking lot. I'm like, hey, you want to talk about this? She's like, yeah, sure. Let's talk about this.
You know, because we're getting roasted on X in all of our Superman posts about this. So we better come on and talk about it, right?
Guys, it's time to confess. We're all paid critics. Wait, that's true. Here's evidence. Wait, I don't have any evidence.
Promo code Pillow. I don't need to say anything. Promo code Pillow. He's got this. Promo code Pillow's got this, man. We're not paid. We're not paid. We only made a few grand, a few G on the we only made a few G on that live stream that we did the other day. Again, not directly, indirectly, but again, they don't listen to what anybody has to say about this. They just fucking cry and whine on social. They take one person saying, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it real quick, you guys. Yes, here we go. They take someone saying this, they flew you out to a premiere and gave you exclusive access, but sure, no incentive to giving glowing reviews at all. Shortest flight ever, you know, because they live in LA already. So they didn't get, so the guy didn't know, this guy just simply didn't know that they already lived in LA. Big shock that they live in LA, right, chat? But this is the guy that they respond to. This is the guy that they own. But everybody else down here that made really good points. This is the cringiest shit. This might be the fucking weirdest thing I've seen anyone ever done. 3 idiots cringe. And people making, here's the clip. Let me play this. Here's the clip of Rocha. Here it is. Here's the clip of Rocha and Jeff Snyder. Listen to this, chat. Here's the clip of Rocha and Jeff Snyder calling these people out. Let's listen to this.
See a movie, interview the talent,
Yes.
and then say something online about whether they like the movie, and their reactions are thrown in and considered criticism when it is not. Okay? Because they wouldn't dare say something negative about the movie when they have to go talk to the director the next morning.
Wow. Wow. Even these guys get it. Even these guys get it.
Well, yeah, and that's the second part of what. Well, that's the third part of what I want to get into here, because it kind of. I did a video on this yesterday, and
now Rocha makes sure to not give people like myself, not give people like Star Wars Marvel purist any credit for talking about this for years. He makes sure not to give any of us credit for talking about this for years, but when they jump on board with it, it's gospel.
It's kind of blown up over the last few, not my video, but the questioning of critics. There's been this loud groundswell of people now, beyond what you've heard, the angry minority who have been yelling that people are, like getting paid, getting bought by studios or whatever. But there has been, we talked about this last week, a blurring of the lines, and the volume has gotten louder of people. And these are like level-headed, regular people, not the crazy people claiming all of this stuff, who are having legitimate questions here, Jeff. And people are pushing back. People are claiming, well, we don't get a check, we don't get whatever. But things have changed now, and it seems like this has evolved into something else.
Broken clock, right? Broken clock.
Because you can argue, if you're part of a bunch of critics groups, you are a critic. So if you go see a movie and you go see it early and you're handpicked by the studio, you get to do a video about that movie. That video makes money. You're making money off the access that you've gotten. So yes.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Broken clock. Even these guys get it. By the way, Roxy streams with Roka, by the way. They're friends. They're friends. So Roka, I guess, Roka claims that he doesn't go to this shit anymore. And I don't believe, I think he went to like one of the early audience screenings, but he says that he doesn't go to this anymore specifically for that reason. Yeah. Holy shit, right? Broken clock. So back to the Real Rejects now. Real Rejects, are you going to call out John Roca and Jeff Snyder for basically saying that yes, you guys are profiting off of I love how Roca went out of his way to not give myself and the Gatekeepers Alliance any credit. What can you expect? But you know, even he gets it.
We're all paid critics. Wait, that's true. Here's evidence. Wait, I don't have any evidence.
We just played you some evidence. We were just talking about the evidence. She's like, do I need to go over it again? Interview with James Gunn. And by the way, he doesn't even mention the interview with James Gunn in this entire video. They don't even mention the interview with James Gunn in this entire 38-minute video, by the way, you guys. Okay, interview with James Gunn, getting to see the movie 18 days before it released, getting to release your video, getting you the opportunity to release content the moment the embargo lifts, which will get you a lot of views and in turn, a lot of ad revenue, aka money, right? Interview with James Gunn, already got that. Interview with James Gunn video, which is in the 6 figures in terms of views. That's another thing. Access to future events, gift baskets. Roxy said in that video, it's in my video I released Monday, they all got t-shirts, they got merch and everything. Wouldn't be surprised if they got a little gift card to like a Warner Brothers store or a DC online store or something. But we don't have evidence.
It's true. Here's evidence. Wait, I don't have any evidence because it's not freaking real. God dang. So
if it's so not real, if these people don't have any evidence, why do you feel it necessary then to do a 38-minute 40-second video explaining this? Why does it take that long for you to try and explain this to people? Greg mentioned they got Funko Pops and comic books. That's true. That was I didn't know if they got it, but they were like asking like, oh, can we take these Funko Pops and comic books? The merch, they got the t-shirts. There's probably those gay little capes that they were wearing probably.
It's weird. Okay, so this weekend, as expected,
guys, we're just starting. We're like only a minute into it, and we got some juice. Stick around because we got some juicy clips completely exposing these people as frauds. I got the receipts. The thing about the Gatekeepers Alliance, Star Wars Marvel Purists, Knights of Melvin, OG Star Wars, United Spacers, and myself, we always bring the receipts. And they're about to say some shit later in this video. And so, see, we're not shills for this reason. And I got the receipts completely shitting all over what they say, and it's glorious. It's absolutely fucking glorious. I can't wait to get there. And we're just getting started. We're going to be here a while.
And embargo lifted, and people who like it are being accused of being shills or paid individuals. And that's really nothing new.
Not all people who like the movie by the way. Not all people who like the movie. I've been covering your channel for 2.5 years. I know you guys better than you know yourselves.
Right. But I feel like it's stronger than usual.
Definitely.
And
No doubt.
yeah, right. It's so odd. And I'm like, I was just going to ignore it. And I'm not really coming from a strongly emotional place today.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, you were on that. You were on that one stream. You were on that stream where Soy Boy Coy was crying about being on the back of a comic book, and every comment calling him a shill. And then he said he had no hope for mankind after that. Right?
I was kind of taken aback though by seeing so many people that we know who are getting lumped into this. How dare you? We just started the
Thank you for that, Roxy. I appreciate it. Jesus Christ. You know, there's always something. Fucking blowjob Stryer. Thank you for that. Must have been giving one right before the stream, right before their video. Are we okay? Yes, time to move on. All right, next sound clip is at 2 minutes 35 seconds.
kind of go through facts, actual reality of things.
Absolutely. And this is something that I've been getting asked because I think that there are the people that are being vicious who are just making accusations. And those are the people that I don't really care to address. You believe what you believe. Nothing I'm going to say is going to change your mind.
Unless it's my comment section, right, Roxy? Unless it's my comment section. And then you come and cry to me about it.
But there's a lot of people who are asking questions. How does it work? Are you guys paid? Why did so many people see this 2 weeks ago and they all waited till the same moment to post these glowing reviews? Is that something that's a marketing strategy from them? So I think it's valid that people who aren't in the
By the way, happy late birthday to Roxy. I think she turned 34. Doesn't look a day over 48.
Industry don't do what we do wouldn't understand why everybody all at once was saying great things about Superman. And I think that's a fair question that actually has an answer. So I'm happy we're talking about it.
Yeah, the line between critics and influencers seems to be getting incredibly blurred right now. It's like it seems like studios
they're trying. This is a thing. This is a strat. They're trying to say that they're not critics, and he says this later. I don't know if it's. I have like. I think I have, let's see how many clips do I have? 3, 6, 9, 12. We have almost 20 clips from these guys to get to, and some of them are quite long. There's a point where he says, like, I'm not a critic, I'm not an influencer, I'm a youth. They're trying to distance themselves from critics, from being critics. That way they can be positive all they want to, and it's not shilling. You know, and as for the real rejects, to me, they're just fucking cheerleaders. They're fucking cheerleaders. It's a cheerleading channel, and that's all they are. You've seen the fake reactions. We watched The Last of Us. We watched She-Hulk. We watched Disney Star Wars. We even saw it on The Acolyte. They're the fucking squad. Maybe that's what I'll start calling these guys, the squad. What was that movie that came out in the 2000s? The cheerleading movie, Bring It or Bring It On or something like that. Kirsten Dunst in it. The cheerleading movie. Like that's the fucking real rejects.
They have two different events often, right? Like they have the influencer event, then they have the critics event. And usually
I didn't know that, chat. So they have an event. So they have an influencer event. So they have a shill event. So I guess that's all these ones. Bring it on. Yes, thank you. Bring it on. Yes, bring it on. That's right. That's these guys' channel in a nutshell. Okay, so I think we're jumping. Okay, now this was an interesting one. At 4 minutes and 10 seconds, a little early. I'm curious what you guys think about this.
Wait, a Muppet Woman, Melissa McCarthy, totally forgot what it's called. But when we went, it was like you get access to all the concessions. They're trying to spruce you up. They're trying to make you just walk out with a very
Here's another one. You get free food, you get free alcohol. Chat, you get free alcohol. Now, that's good for multiple reasons. One, you're getting free shit. And two, they're buttering you up with alcohol so you'll like the movie better. That's a new tactic. Interesting.
Very positive opinion. So, yes, they will try their things where they are wanting to prime you where you will have a more positive experience.
She has that stupid cult, that pride shirt on. Of course she does, right? Of course she does, right, chat?
In hopes that you will walk out saying more positive things. So I don't want to completely deny that that is something that they will orchestrate.
They also gave you an interview with James Gunn. Are you going to mention that? They also gave you an interview with James Gunn in hopes that that would encourage you to say positive things. Oh, that's right. We don't have to talk about that, do we?
In their events to try to make you have the best outcome, and hopefully you will walk out positive. I got a question for you. Have you ever been influenced by that yourself? Like, have you ever found yourself personally influenced by the tactic of that?
Would one be able to answer?
Again, look, chat, he's not even mentioning the interview. These guys scored interviews with, I think, some of the Andor cast as well in the past as well. This guy may lose his shill access after this exposure. I think that Soy Boy Coy might get fired from DC if they saw my expose on him.
Answer that question?
I have. Yeah, I can answer that question.
I guess if you know the answer is yes, and you can. I can't think of a time that I have. Although, to a certain extent, Greg, watching a movie alone on my couch feels different than watching a movie in the theaters in general.
I mean, dude, you're getting free shit. When I go to the movies and I want to get a fucking large soda and a popcorn, it's like what, $15? Alcohol there is what, like $10 for a fucking light beer, for a fucking beer? $10 for a fucking can of beer or some shit? They just started serving alcohol at my local theater somewhat recently, maybe in the last year or two. It's like $15 for a large soda, man.
Or watching a movie with my friends. So I think I'm influenced by my environment wherever I am, whether that's because of popcorn and candy that's free, or whether it's because I like the people I'm seeing a movie with or not. So yes.
So you liking the people influences you to, so you go with if the people around you like the movie, you like it too. Is that what she's saying here?
But just as much for being a critic or an influencer as being a human being who your environment matters.
Yeah. I'll make this abundantly clear from the first publicist I ever became actual friends with.
Mark.
Okay, now I think this is pretty interesting what he's about to say here. Where are we at? We at 5? Okay, yes. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Listen up.
Marshall Weinbaum. He's arguably the best publicist, and he's so well regarded as like top at the top. And I had a lunch with him for something else entirely. And at that point, I wouldn't have called. I'm like, we have a working relationship, but I wouldn't have called him a friend. And I just wanted to ask him out, like, right, crystal clear. I'm like, hey, man, sometimes I give negative reviews at the time when he was at Disney. Sometimes I give negative reviews at Disney. That doesn't actually impact me, right? And he's like, no, it doesn't. And he made it really clear to me. All the studios really care about.
Bullshit. And we're getting to the juicy part, you guys. We're getting there. But I got to make a point here real quick.
He was at Disney. Sometimes I give negative reviews at Disney. That doesn't actually impact me, right? And he's like, no, it doesn't.
Bullshit.
And he made it really clear to me. All the studios really care about is that you don't spoil the movie before it's released. That's all they really care. Don't put
bullshit. If that's true, then how come Nerd to Geeks and Gamers, Critical Drinker, how come people like that don't get invited to these things? People with over 1 million. Drinker has what, 2 million subscribers? Nerdrotic has over 1 million. They have more subscribers than these guys. If that's true, then why don't they invite people like that? I'll even throw in Star Wars Theory. How come they're not inviting to start? Maybe they will start again based off the things he's been saying lately. But like Star Wars Theory, how come Disney Lucasfilm isn't inviting him when he's the biggest Star Wars content creator? He said Disney. And that's bullshit. And the reason is because they know that those guys, they're going to be brutal. They're not going to pull any punches. If they think the movie sucks, they're going to say that it sucks. If these shills don't like the movie, we heard what they said. They always look for the positive, even when they don't like it. That's why you get invited to shit, and they don't. When they don't like something, they fucking roast it. They destroy it. When we don't like something, we roast it and we destroy it. When we like something, we compliment it when necessary. We compliment it when we like things. We talk about what we like and everything. But if it sucks and it's fucking, MCU, forces female, DCU even now, which might be on the way, bullshit, we call it out. We call it out. And remember that point I said about how they look the other way with regards to criticism and focus on the good from shit that we don't like. I know we're getting into it here soon. I don't know when, but we're getting into this soon, you guys. This is the biggest point that I've wanted to make this entire video, and I can't wait for it.
Put out leaks and stuff like that.
I have the tabs ready to go, so I'm going to be jumping on this as soon as it comes up.
And I was willing to abide by that for the prospect of getting early screenings and stuff, because I used to cover more leaks. And then I went, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense.
Again, when have you ever heard these guys come out and say, this movie fucking sucks, don't go watch it? The answer is never. Okay, I think we're ready to move on here. Oh, nope, 6:30. We're at 6:25. We're going to keep going.
I will just avoid the leaks then. And as the one fair compensation for it. But that he made it really clear that he doesn't give a shit whether or not you give a positive or a negative review. And that's been my experience with every agency or publicist that we've ever worked with constantly. I mean, would you agree with that?
Now, Chad, I just want you all to ask yourself before we move on, what do you think the Real Rejects definition is? What do you think the Real Rejects definition is of not liking a movie? I'll give you a hint. Pow.
The thing is, Greg, yes, except for I don't think they don't give a shit.
I mean, yeah, they don't.
They want their movies to do well, but they don't want you to lie, because then what happens is the audience doesn't believe you anymore. If you are positively reviewing a bad movie and somebody takes your word for it and then they go to see the movie and they don't like it, then the next time you say that something is good, they're not going to go see it.
Roxy, have you ever seen my channel? That literally... Roxy unknowingly just described the Mr. Grizzy channel and the Gatekeepers Alliance and everything that we do. Star Wars Marvel Purist is a part of that as well. We compile all the examples of people praising, shilling, overhyping, and selling out for objectively bad content. That's every video on the Mr. Grizzy channel in some way, shape, or form does that. And I can't wait. Let's keep going.
And studios know this. They're not stupid. They don't want everybody to just say every movie is great. Otherwise, their audiences won't respect their opinion and won't listen to their opinion. So
because people just respect your opinion so much, Roxy. People respect the Real Rejects opinion so much. Yes, you guys have, what is that, 1.38 million subscribers, but you get nowhere near the views of the drinker nerdrotic crowd. They get freaking 3, 4, 5 times as many views as you guys did. So clearly people respect their opinion a hell of a lot more than they respect your opinion, because they agree with them. They're telling it how it is. They're telling the truth. I don't agree with everything they say all the time, myself personally, but at least they come across as genuine. At least they come across as genuine, chat. What do the Real Rejects come across as again? Oh, yes, bring it on, the squad cheerleaders, right?
Actually work. It's not beneficial for them. So, of course, I think that not only does Marshall want the movies to do well, but every publicist is hoping they're working on a good property.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so this next part is where they low-key call out Jeremy Johns. Is this next part, and that's at 11. Going to jump ahead a little bit here to 11:15, and this is where they low key call out Jeremy Johns.
Back off of what you're talking about there. When I'm hearing this thing about like early screening access to of what people are saying with, if you get, like, we saw this a lot on our socials, because you went to an early screening, you're a shill. Which is the weirdest thing to me to hear.
That's not all of it. That's not all of it. Yeah, that's like the gist of what people saying, but there's more to it than that. You see how they try to, tweak things to make it fit the narrative.
because you went to an early screening, you're a shill, which is the weirdest thing to me to hear, because there's people.
And that's not true, by the way. There are people that get invited to these things and go to them that come out and criticize.
I'm okay with people generalizing us as, you guys seem like you're often optimistic or more positive leaning. I'm like, that's not a bad thing, sure. But
yeah, but you're fucking fake. It is when you're frauds.
There's also the opposite people who people are very familiar with. There's a critic, and I think you've worked with him before, and I love his videos. I watch them every single week. Jeremy Johns.
Yeah. We started Screen Junkies Plus together.
That's right.
So okay, so you see where they're going with this. Like, well, Jeremy Johns gives negative reviews and he still gets invited to things. So because if you get early access, is Jeremy Johns a shill?
I like Jeremy a lot.
Yeah, you have a history with him. And Jeremy is someone I watch every week. Again, I love his videos. He is often not positive on a lot of movies, and a lot of Disney movies. Yet he's constantly going to early screenings. So if this rhetoric that going to an early screening is them telling you have to be positive, and like, then why are the people who are usually negative leaning beyond Jeremy Johns still always going back?
Jeff.
Well, a lot of time I can answer that. Actually, a lot of these people probably know somebody. A lot of these people probably, like Jeremy John. How many subscribers does Jeremy Johns have? Chat, like over 2 million, right? Over 2 million, I'd say. Over 2 million, right? I think a lot of these people might know somebody. I'm not saying that's the case with Jeremy Johns, but like, you know, a lot of these people might know somebody, and then that's how they get in. And he has a channel with over 2 million subscribers, and he gets a hell of a lot more views than you guys do. So they probably want him there because of his reach and the reach he has and everything. 2.05 million subscribers. Thank you for that. And Jeremy John, I don't watch him that much. So correct me again if I'm wrong, chat. But like Jeremy Johns isn't, you know, when he doesn't like something, he really doesn't go all that hard. He doesn't really go all that hard. He just says like, this didn't work, and then explains why. Johns has been on YouTube forever. This guy will never have that many. So, that goes without saying. You know, but Jeremy Johns can either be positive or negative depending on the movie. You're always positive. Chuckle fucks. Exactly. But you know, he's a little bit more respectful. He kind of leaves the trolling. He craps on films in a nice way. That's kind of like how it is. He's a freaking big guy. He's a big channel wise. He has 2.05 subscribers, and he gets a lot of views on his videos. So it's like, you know, I'm sure a lot of these times they're confident in their videos. You know, there are others. Doesn't Chris Gore get to go to a lot of these, chat? Doesn't he get to go to a lot of these? You know, again, I don't know if it's because I don't know why they invite him, but like a lot of these people get to go, and it might be because they know somebody. A lot of these big shot YouTubers know somebody. Chat saying, yes, he goes to these as well. So, you know, there's plenty of reasons. There's plenty of reasons that more negative people, there are reasons that people can get invited to these things. And we never say and again, their entire premise is wrong. Their entire premise is wrong. Big Papa Pumptic says Gore knows people. Maybe he does. I don't know. And again, I'm not saying any of these people are getting in because they know somebody, but you know, their premise that if you go to an early screening, you're automatically a show. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. But you guys, there is a group that sells out for this type of stuff. Jeremy Johns, chat. Jeremy Johns didn't get an interview with James Gunn, did he? I don't know, chat. Did he? I don't think Chris Gore. Did Chris Gore get an interview with James Gunn? I don't think so. You did.
Snyder.
Leaning beyond Jeremy Johns.
You did, sir. There on the left. You got an interview with James Gunn. And I mean, did that seriously, did that have an influence on your review that you gave when you had to meet James Gunn in a couple of hours for an interview and you just brown-nosed him the entire time? This movie changed my life forever. And again, that's the other thing. They're doing more than just praising the movie. They're saying, this changed my life forever. This movie makes me want to be a better person. All of this fucking bullshit as well. Chris Gore liked Superman. Did he? I didn't know that. I don't really watch him. I just know that he's with like the Geeks and Gamers and the Nerdrotic a lot. Anyway. Again, just going to an event. Seriously, if Disney were like, Mr. Grizzy, would you like to come and watch The Mandalorian and Grogu? I would go. I would be like the fucking Grinch. I'd be like the fucking Grinch with that fucking shit grin that he does. Like, Mr. Grizzy had a wonderful, awful idea. I probably shouldn't say this because if they are ever contemplated inviting me and they saw this clip, I would go in, I would boo the cast. I'd be shouting out Pedro Epstein at Pedro Pascal over and over again every time. I'd be booing. I'd maybe stand up and rip the head off of a Grogu doll again in front of the entire crowd. I'd be causing such a disruption if I went there, and I would film all of it. So absolutely, I would fucking go. But anyway, just going doesn't make you a shill. Again, Jeremy John. Yeah, I think I watched Jeremy John's review, by the way. He was very critical of it, but he was also very fair as well. And again, I have to ask, why don't they invite the people who are going to come out and really tell you what they think? How come the big shots, the Nerdrotics, the drinkers were not invited to this? But these people who are either shills or respectful in their criticisms are invited, right? Anyway, it's very interesting.
Still always going back.
Jeff Snyder would be another one.
There's a billion other names we could think of.
Even John.
Oh, Jeff Snyder, who just called you guys out a little bit ago.
Roca, for specifically Superman, said he couldn't stand the Superman marketing. He was not excited about the movie.
I would really be interested if next time Roca and Roxy, BJ Stryer are together, if they discuss what Roca said earlier in the stream with the you guys are getting a profit off of this through ad revenue and early access, getting to upload your content early and everything. Be very curious about that. How long does this go? I think we got 20 more seconds.
Because of how much he didn't like what it looked like going into it, didn't like the trailers, and they still invited him to the movie. Yeah.
Well, we were talking before. Like, I can think of several things. There are several movies I can think of from Warner Brothers that I went to the Shazam Fury of the Gods.
Here we go. Here we go, Chad. This is the moment I've been waiting for, and I got the receipts. This is the moment I've been waiting for right here. They're about to tell us how they do criticize certain projects. Let's get to it.
Think of from Warner Brothers that I went to the Shazam Fury of the Gods movie premiere. Took a photo with Zach Levi.
I know this isn't for a membership, but I gotta play it. Let's fucking go. Hell, I said it.
Let's go!
I'm ready for this.
James Gunn and Peter Safran were in attendance. I really did not like that movie. There's a whole review on here. You could just see the thumbnail. It's like, they clearly did not like this movie. And yet Warner Brothers still keeps inviting us back to go to early screenings or certain.
All right, keep what he just said in mind, Jack. Keep what he just said in mind. He's going to drop another one.
Events. At Godzilla X Kong, I was telling you about before, in another Warner Brothers movie where John and I were privileged to hang out with the director before the screening, show us this cool behind the scenes stuff. They did a whole thing. Again, of course, they want you to, pepper you up to make you like it more.
To make you in a good mood.
To put you in a good mood. Yeah, it makes sense from the business side, but we still gave a not glowing review. I was not positive about that film.
Okay, let's take a look, chat. Let's take a look. I got the receipts. I got the receipt. What was the first one he did? Let me backtrack about 40 seconds here. Retards.
The whole review on here, you could just see the thumbnail. It's like they clearly did not like.
They clearly did not like this movie. Chat, what do you think the Real Rejects gave Shazam Fury of the Gods on a scale from 1 to 10? When I don't like a movie, it will never get anything higher than a 4 from me. I will never get anything higher than a 4 from me. What do you think they gave this movie that they did not like on a scale from 1 to 10? I got the clip right here. Just watch Shazam Fury of Gods instant reaction and review. Let's hear what he gave this movie that he did not like on a scale from 1 to 10.
0.8. I would say 68%.
Yeah, 3.79 stars, 3.82, something.
3.7, 3.82 out of 5, 6.8 out of 10.
Thank you so much for being here. Give it a 6.8. I would say 68%.
Yeah,
6.8. I'm gonna round that up to 7 out of 10. Wow. You must have really hated. So by that logic, what you're saying is if you don't like a movie, you give it a 6.8 out of 10. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes. Leo DiCaprio. Yes, thank you. That's a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up. Hell, I'd even say 6 out of 10 is a thumbs up. Pow, bitch. Now, what was the other one? I want to play this clip again because this is just even. He goes in even harder on Godzilla.
This movie, and yet Warner Brothers still keeps inviting us back to go to early screenings or certain events. At Godzilla X Kong, I was telling you about before, and another Warner Brothers movie where John and I were.
Look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail. Like, yeah, we don't really like this.
At Godzilla X Kong,
he's like, I didn't really like. All right, chat. I'm taking guesses. What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10? What do you think they gave?
I was telling you about before, and another Warner Brothers movie where John and I were privileged to hang out with the director before the screening, show us this cool behind the scenes stuff. They did a whole thing. Again, of course, they want you to, pepper you up to make you like it.
They want to pepper you up.
Get more
to make you in a good mood.
to put you in a good mood.
Now listen to what he says about this movie.
Yeah, it makes sense from the business side, but we still gave a not glowing review. I was not positive about that film.
Not glowing review, not positive. All right, chat, you ready? I got it right here. Receipt number 2. As you can see, just watch Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. Let me just double check to make sure that was the movie that they were talking about. Let me just double check real quick.
At Godzilla
X Kong. Yep, that's it. And I checked the thumbnail. Just watch Godzilla X Kong. That was the one from oh wait, that's not the right video. That was the one from just about a year ago. Godzilla X Kong. All right, chat, you ready? You ready, chat?
math.
But brain is turning into liquid.
Yeah. Well, I feel like my brain's getting smashed, but the visual storytelling I thought was excellent. I'm done, John. I give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. That's not bad. I think I might agree with you.
Where's Neil? Pop, pow. That movie, we gave a not glowing review. We really didn't like this movie. 7 out of 10, bitch. 7 out of 10. This is them being negative. You guys are you guys are fake in every single fucking thing that you do. You guys are frauds. You guys are fake. You guys are fucking just cheerleaders. You got your fucking lime green and purple microphone pop covers like a bunch of queers. Get the fuck away from this shit. Wonderful. Good job, chat. You know, I was good. I know I gave you guys some hints, but 7 out of 10 on a movie we didn't even like. Let me just play that clip one more time for you guys.
Yeah, it makes sense from the business side, but we still gave a not glowing review. I was not positive about that film.
A 7 out of 10, bro. That's positive, bro. That's positive. That is 3 out of 4, pretty much. That is 3 out of 4. And you guys are full of shit, man. You guys are 100% full of dog shit. And we're not even, guys, we're not even halfway through this. We're not even halfway through this yet. Next soundbite is at 15 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's jump to there. Gregory, MVP. All right, BJ Stryer, what you got?
To do that. But that wasn't even a Warner Brothers email. So it made me very frustrated. But I had to take a step back and realize it's because people don't know. They don't know the difference. They don't know that there are different screenings, like you said, for influencers versus critics. Some are run through the studio, some are not run through the studio. So instead of being frustrated, I'm really glad we're taking a minute to explain. And hopefully there are some reasonable people out there who realize that this is not the same thing as being paid to be positive.
Yeah.
Which if I was paid to be positive, I wouldn't be renting my little apartment struggling to pay my bills.
Well, Roxy, that's because you live in Los Angeles, you dumbass.
Sometimes, like and also morally, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I have been paid to promote that a movie exists that I haven't seen yet. I've been paid to say, like, hey, check this thing out when it comes out. I've never
Wow, that must be nice.
been paid to review a movie positively. I've never been paid for that. And I wouldn't be paid for that because I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's bonkers to me.
And now, do they sometimes offer? There's one studio I can think of in particular. I won't call them out.
Yeah, of course you're not.
We just got an invite from them. They offered the whole thing. They did not say if they have a positive review, but they're like, we're going to send a limo. We'll do the whole freaking offer.
Really?
And
You got an interview with James Gunn from DC, you fucking retard. That's as good, if not better, than any of that.
I was like, wow, that does sound fun for a movie I have zero interest in watching. And I just didn't reply, even though like it sounds like great. Maybe I'll do it just for the free shit.
You replied to James Gunn, and listen to what he just said here. Maybe I'll do it for the free shit.
Wow, that does sound fun for a movie I have zero interest in watching. And I just didn't reply, even though like it sounds like great. Maybe I'll do it just for the free shit, but I'm not gonna. I love the free stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love going to the events, getting the free merch and whatever. I love it, but I think.
I'm like, dude, I'm sitting here like.
Twitted my fucking temple!
Seriously. I love the free shit. I need to clip that. I need to clip that. I love the free shit.
I do think though, to be fair, I love going to the events, getting the free merch and whatever. I love it, but
we're not paid, you guys. We're not paid at all. All right, where do we leave off? We're at 1623, 1745 is the next one. All right, and Jesus Christ, time flies, doesn't it, chat? When you're having fun, we're 2 hours and 10 minutes into the stream. Good shit.
It's live reactions where I'm seeing something and I'm speaking on it. I don't review anything I don't like.
Is Roxy talking about her fucking fake reactions?
Here's why, and you guys might not know this about me because we are doing watch-alongs here, which is different.
Watch-alongs, is that what you call it? This is Shill watch-alongs, and what you do is nothing like what I do. I break shit down, I show the receipts, and I actually provide good content. You guys just get your pom-poms and your cheerleading outfits, and you go and be the squad for 30, 45, an hour, hour and a half on a cringe video.
And reactions, live reactions, where I'm seeing something and I'm speaking on it. I don't review anything I don't like. That's my policy. When I go to these screenings, I don't do on my own personal page, I don't review a movie I don't like.
Why?
Because I'm an artist.
Oh, Chris Stuckman 2.0. It's hard to make movies. People worked hard on this, and I don't feel comfortable coming out. I don't feel comfortable coming out and criticizing something that a whole lot of people worked really, really, really hard on. You guys, what a bitch.
On my own personal page, I don't review a movie I don't like
Why?
because I'm an artist, and
Mhm.
I think it's an absolute waste of my time to crap on somebody else's art because I am
Oh, God forbid. God forbid. I mean, seriously, when we just covered it, when these guys criticize something, they give it a 7 out of 10.
not a critic. That's not what I do for a living. I'm not here to tell you these are the good movies, these are the bad movies. That's my opinion on them. I'm here to hype up,
Wait, hang on a second. You're here to what?
tell you these are the good movies, these are the bad movies. That's my opinion on them. I'm here to hype up art that I love.
You're here to hype up art that you love. Yeah, like let's go through the list. Roxy loved The Rise of Skywalker. Loves The Rise of Skywalker. Still loves it. Pretty sure loves The Last Jedi. Pretty sure as well. Liked The Acolyte, as I recall. Loved Agatha. Liked D.E. Ironheart. But there you go. She's here to hype this shit up.
When I love it. And
That was probably the first honest take from all of this.
there is absolutely zero requirement for me for any of these studios to do a review for them.
Do you ever feel like you overhype?
No.
For the intention of doing it? I mean,
Roxy, come on, Roxy. Jesus Christ. We watched The Last of Us. Go back and watch The Last of Us. That when this was going, we all saw Roxy and friends when this was going down, you guys remember.
Oh, scissor me timbers.
They were juicing when Dina and Ellie were diking it out for on the Last of Us season 2. They were juicing. Roxy was clapping. Remember that Roxy like clapping her hands, screaming, "Let's go, Ellie! Let's go, Ellie!" Again, cheerleader. Roxy does not overhype content. That is the only truth of this video, followed up by the biggest piece of bullshit thus far. Maybe not quite the biggest.
Review for them.
do you ever feel like you overhype?
No.
For the intention of doing it?
No.
I mean, I'm asking you the question because I'm setting
right.
you up, but I realize
So
I
I-
already know the answer.
I
to this.
really-
Yeah.
I-
Blowjob Stryer. Jesus Christ.
I really don't
Yeah.
ever because I just won't do a review for something I don't like. Because I'm allowed to do that. I don't work for a company.
Roxy, it's your fucking job to do that as a critic, which you guys pretend to be. You're connected with people. You go on Harloff, you go on others. And didn't we cover it earlier, Chad? Didn't she say that she hated and gave a negative review for Man of Steel? Didn't we say that when we were covering her video earlier? Another load of shit.
That forces me to do reviews for movies that I don't like. So I don't. It's just not fun for me. I think that it's completely useful for other people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that nobody else should review movies poorly. If you're a critic, if you're an influencer with this is what you're doing, and you want to review every movie you see positively or negatively, I think there's so much merit to that.
Yeah.
That's not me. I'm an artist, and I am not saying critic.
You're an artist. Roxy is an artist, chat. Roxy is an artist. Is she an actress? I heard her bragging earlier that she's like an actress too. All right, where are we? 1904. I guess time for another. 1945 is the next one.
Something else. If I just don't like a movie, it just didn't work for me, I just don't talk about it. And so because of that, here's how you know they don't just invite positive people. Every review on
we come full circle. Yeah, Roxy, because they know that Roxy, that's why they invite you, because if you didn't like the movie, they know that you're not going to come out and criticize it because you just said that you don't review bad videos or movies that you don't like. You don't even come out and criticize it. So you're proving the opposite. BJ.
Oh, because of that, here's how you know they don't just invite positive people. Every review I do is positive because I don't review the movies that I don't want to see. And yet,
What? One of these.
You make me happy.
I was taken to Superman by you as a +1. I wasn't invited. And I am so positive about DC in general, but I wasn't invited. So just doing positive reviews, which is all I do, doesn't get you invited to things.
Oh, so she wasn't. So she went, but she wasn't invited. You weren't invited this one time. So even though she went anyway, I'm sure. Well, chat. I'm sure because she cried 10 times. I'm sure she's going to be invited to the next one. I mean, they're not going to invite everybody. I mean, they know that you guys are connected. They probably knew that he was going to invite. Like they gave him this guy on the left a +3 people to invite. So they probably assumed they were going to invite you. Plus, Roxy, you're kind of a nobody on your own personal channel.
So I know that approach doesn't work. It's not why I do that approach. That would be a bummer if it was why I did it, because I know it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work to be positive and then expect to be invited. That's not what gets you invited for things. When
It gets you an interview with James Gunn, though.
I used to do DC movie news back in the day, and I used to talk about everyone in the.
Okay, let's move on. I am still going. The caffeine isn't out of my system just yet. We're still going. Where are we at? 2038. 2250 is the next one. All right, we're about 70%. Stay strong, chat. We're about 70% of the way done. Oh, yeah, gotta get their ads in here.
Shopify.com/rejects. Thank you again, Shopify, for sponsoring this video. And I think I'm just trying to understand though why the world now is so hell-bent on this narrative. Like this narrative just feels, it's so conspiracy theory like, and I know our world seems to really feed off of conspiracy theory.
So people accusing you of getting paid for positive coverage of content, movies, and TV, that's a conspiracy theory. Okay.
Type of thinking.
That's on the same level as Bigfoot and aliens.
Is facts.
Okay, I have a conspiracy theory about what it might be.
Why?
Well, I have a question for you, I guess. Do you think, because you said it's most specifically about this movie, is more intense?
I think it slingshotted it to a new direction. Yeah.
Is this about previous iterations of Superman and who they were done by and who DC was done by versus now where we are? Is this a Snyder versus Gunn battle? And is that why the internet is so...
I think part of it might be that. Like dude, check out the comment section of my video on Monday. It's pretty hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But like people in that video are like accusing me of like being a part of the Snyder Bros and everything. Well, again, I think at the end of the day, I like Man of Steel more than this. I really didn't like most of his. I really didn't like most of the DCU either. I didn't like Justice League. I didn't like BVS. Man of Steel, again, I thought it was mid. And I liked the first Wonder Woman. Didn't like the second. I didn't like either of the Aquamans, and I didn't watch Flash. I didn't watch either of the Shazams.
So hell-bent on proving that this is because people are being paid, and
it's the people that supported his DCEU, and they like the Henry Cavill. They're like big on the Henry Cavill Superman, BVS, and the Justice League there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Flash was so bad. I didn't even watch it. I had no desire to watch that. When they were releasing movies and they were ending the universe, I just quit giving a shit.
it's not actually a good movie.
Yes, I think that is 100% a fact. I mean, that's a very obvious factor to why it's happening with Superman, because we mainly see this.
And that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because we rip on the fucking shills on the channel. We rip on the fake fans. We rip on the frauds. We rip on the fake reactors. We rip on the fucking woke retards. We rip on them all here. That's what we do on the channel.
Correlation with fandom related stuff, whether it be Marvel, DC. John and I like love the latest Doctor Who iteration.
Oh my God, of course they did. Oh my God, of course they did. What a shock. Black gay doctor, fucking automatic. They're gonna be all fucking over it.
Though we didn't love all of it, we loved it for the most part, but we saw it with the Doctor Who fandom. It's usually within fandoms where this shit's happening.
And it's that one toxic Mr. Grizzy guy that clips out our reactions and makes compilations of us as well. All right, 2430 is the next one.
I'm vexed for everyone in this field, like even the influencers, honestly, because the influencers maybe do feel the pressure. Like I can attest to when I have felt the pressures to like something.
You mean like again, notice they haven't even mentioned the James Gunn interview. You're telling me that, hey, you have an interview with James Gunn scheduled after you see this movie. You think are you saying that was not pressure? That you didn't feel pressure to like this movie because of that interview? Is that what you're coming on here and telling us right now?
You feel the pressure. Like I can attest to when I have felt the pressures to like something.
Not right now.
I had to learn to separate myself from movie premieres. It was weird. Like I saw the Eternals at the movie premiere, and I really.
By the way, I did go and check for an out of 10 rating on this. They did not give one, so they got lucky on this one.
Really didn't like the movie, and I was very honest about it.
I love that movie.
I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people come around.
Of course, Roxy loves the Eternals. What a shock, right, chat? What a shock. Roxy loves Eternals. How much you want to bet I bet she loved the gay kiss. I bet she loved the gay. That's probably the only reason she loved the movie was for the gay kiss.
On that. Thor Love and Thunder is a prime example of when I definitely let myself get influenced, where I felt the pressure to like it. And then the crowd was laughing a lot, and I wasn't really laughing, but the crowd was laughing a lot. And now I like the movie. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, actually, guys, I hate this movie. But I definitely thought I liked.
You allowed the opinions of others to influence your opinion of a movie. Well, that just that makes you even more of a fraud, if you ask me. That makes you even more fake, if you ask me. All right, 4 more, chat. 4 more. We're getting there. And we're getting to the pièce de résistance here in a bit as well. 29-25.
Was my experience maybe influenced? Maybe, but here's how I feel right now.
Are you a critic?
I'm pressless, so I feel like I'm a critic. I'm trying to get on Rotten Tomatoes.
Are you an
You're trying to get on Rotten Tomatoes. If you get on Rotten Tomatoes, sir, you are a critic. Then that's official. You're a critic.
I'm pressless, so I feel like I'm a critic. I'm trying to get on Rotten Tomatoes.
Are you an influencer?
I don't know. We had this talk at Superman.
You're a cheerleader. You guys are cheerleaders. That's exactly 100% what you guys are.
This is why I don't really get invited to stuff, and then I'm stupid.
This is that clip I was talking to you about. I'm a YouTuber.
Videos often get confused on where to put me. Like sometimes I'm invited to the influencer thing. I've had things where like, oh, I heard about this event. Oh, we consider you a critic, so you can't go, from the same studios. And then sometimes the same studio will go, oh, we consider you an influencer, so you can't go to the critic thing. I'm like,
they just need to come up with a new. They just need to come up with a new category called "You're a shill." We're just inviting shills. And we're inviting you here because we know that you're going to be positive and praise the movie, and that's who you're inviting.
The same studio. So they don't really know where to put me. I've always just called myself a YouTuber. That's all I've ever really been to me.
Yeah, I guess.
This is like them addressing we are paid to give positive movie reviews, but like they haven't even really done that. They haven't addressed anything anybody has ever said. They haven't even addressed the James Gunn interview, which is just right then and there a massive form of compensation and profit which they made money off of. Like that is payment. That is payment. That is getting rewarded in exchange for positive coverage. You know, they're not asking anyone critical of this movie to sit down with James Gunn. And next one's 3215. Now I have this one circled. This is the big one. We kind of heard this in Roxy's previous video.
Clear. You and I talk about this. We know this. Jasmine knows this. John knows this. Everybody who is in our industry knows this, but apparently some people don't know this. You have to disclose if you are paid for an ad.
Oh God, yeah, I've been putting that out there so often.
Oh, look how pissed he is. Look how pissed he is, you guys. Look at that. He's so pissed. You have to say if you're being paid. You have to say if you're being paid. Not if it's ad revenue. Not if it's ad revenue on your James Gunn interview. Not if it's ad revenue on your review that you dropped as soon as the embargo lifted because you saw the movie 2 weeks ahead of time. Oh my God. Oh my God.
If you are paid for an ad.
Oh God, yeah, I've been putting that out there so often. You have to.
You have to.
I'm telling you guys, again, they can't stand it. They can't stand when people on social media call them shill. So keep doing it. Keep doing it. Oh, were you guys paid for that? Hashtag shill. Hashtag paid for praise. Keep doing it. They will continue. To cry. It's amazing. This channel, more than any of the other shill channels, like you don't see Ku Klux Katarn or Sexplained or Roka a little bit, but not as much as these guys. You know, who else? Who else is on the list? You know, Sawyerism, Fake Padme, Grace Randolph. You don't see them, crying about being called shills all the time. They just ignore it. These guys can't stand it. And they're not going to be able to stand it when they win Top Shill of the Year as well.
Hashtag ad, hashtag sponsorship. There's very specific language that you have to use. You cannot be paid for an ad for a movie and not disclose that. It's illegal.
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
FTC.
Not if you're profiting indirectly. Again, it's directly. Nobody is saying, guys, that they handed you a check and said, here's your check. Please be sure to give us a good, positive review of the movie. Nobody is saying that. Nobody has ever said that.
Guidelines, man.
So I think that, again, we've talked about all of our feelings on all this, but even if you don't believe our feelings or our thoughts or anything, it is illegal to be paid. Do you think that Warner Brothers would risk having a bunch of critics and influencers without hashtag ad, hashtag sponsorship, review positively their movie at risk of being sued for millions and millions of dollars and doing something illegal?
Yeah.
Like that to me is
and apparently these people are trying to say that it is also a crime for me to come on here and say that they are paid for this shit. They're trying to say that, like, that it's been said before about the shit that we in the Gatekeepers Alliance do when we come on here and say that, like, oh, these guys are paid. They're trying to say that I can be sued for saying that. And again, not directly. And again, I will say this, though. I have no proof of this. This is my opinion. But I would not be shocked if, there's a guy with his hood up, maybe some sunglasses like mine, standing there, and these people walk out, they hand them an envelope, say, hey, man, thanks for checking out the premiere. We'd love to have you back next time. Just make sure you give us a fair review. And we'd love to have you back. If you do that, we'd love to have you back for the next one. I'm just saying. I have no proof of that. I'm not saying that that's happening, but dude, it's fucking Hollywood. It's fucking Hollywood. Do you see these award shows that they do? and the people that go there and the things that they say and these people that desperately want to rub shoulders with that. And they do get gift baskets. We saw this with Disney Star Wars. We remember Carly King in her vlog when they went to the Acolyte celebration. She filmed the gift. She filmed them getting the gift baskets with like $100, like $100, $200 lightsaber and a gift bag. It was like, I don't know what, this big, like 16 inches tall, 12 inches wide. You mean to tell me there wasn't a gift card in there or anything? And they all fucking got it. And they all, surprise, surprise, they all loved the show. Shocking. Telling you, this is a thing. They can try and explain it away. They can cope. They can, manufacture a narrative to make it sound like what they're saying makes sense. It's at the end of the day. And their own friend, we saw Jeff Snyder and John Roca even, obviously not giving me any credit for doing this for 2.5 years. Not that I would expect him to. I mean, he was top shill of the year 2024. But even they see it. Even your friends, your shill friends see this. And I think we have 2 clips left, you guys. 33, 35. Where am I at? Let me go back.
Maybe not be aware of, and yeah, and absolutely shine a light on the fact that maybe some people do feel pressured, but really you don't need to. Like any critic or influencer watching this, you really don't need to feel pressured unless they're fucking saying some shit to you where they are making you feel pressured.
Which has never happened to me.
Never happened to you. There was one time it happened to me, and I hated it.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, again, chat, again, you didn't feel any pressure to give it a positive review when you were sitting across from James Gunn, or you were waiting to sit across from James Gunn. You didn't feel any pressure whatsoever to say nice things about his movie. You guys are full of shit.
Never happened to me.
Never happened to you. There was one time it happened to me.
Okay.
Let's hear about it.
Hated the experience. And I've never done it again. It was
Can you tell
many
us
years ago.
what happened? Not
Yeah,
who.
absolutely. It was some movie from a famous director's son.
Not gonna say what it was.
And is what I'll say. And we went to the event, and there was a bunch of big people there. Logan Paul was there. It was this huge event, and they were like, go to the thing and promote the event and promote that you're gonna go see the movie and then do a review on it. And I loathed this experience. I hated the film so much.
What'd you give it a 7 out of 10?
And then they said something to me that wasn't directly, you have to be positive, but it was so implied. And this was so many years ago. This was before that even story I just told you about the other one.
Did they write it?
See, the thing is that Disney doesn't have to do it. It's an unwritten, unspoken agreement. And I think DC's might be hopping on that train as well. It's an unwritten, unspoken agreement. They know. Again, they know if they started reviewing movies like Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Kinnell review movies, they're not going to get invited to shit. There's a reason those guys are never invited to shit.
To you, or did they verbalize this to you?
Emailed, yeah.
Okay.
And then, but I was like, and it was like they paid us like $1,000 to attend the thing, right? And we just danced around our words, like, hey, if you like this kind of movie.
Oh, you mean kind of like you did in those other 2, the Godzilla and the Shazam? You kind of danced around it, get 7 out of 10, 6.8 out of 10. That's what these guys do in all their reviews. Chat, the literal soy boy again. So it was said on their channel. Even when we don't like something, we look to find the good. Hang on, I'm pulling up my video. Hang on, give me a second, you guys. Give me just a second. I'm sorry. I have to do this. I have to pull this up.
A t-shirt, really cool.
Damn, Lord.
I don't think everything is perfect, but I will always look to find the best in the thing, even if I don't like it. Because
I will always look to find the best in the thing, even if I don't like it. And yes, they just admitted, yeah, they do. They have in the past taken money in exchange to review something. And look, I look to find the best in something, even if we don't like it. That's the line.
Because I think art's a miracle.
You look to find. Got recorded Mr. Grizzy in there. Telling you, we got the receipts, man. We got the receipts. Everything that they're saying is just it's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit, you guys.
It's like $1K to attend the thing, right? And we just danced around our words, you know, like, hey, if you
dance around, they do that in everything they do with regards to criticism.
Like this kind of movie, you will probably like. Having to do that was like never again. And
these guys are too stupid to even realize that it's all they do on their channel. All right, guys, one more. I gotta tell you guys, we're still rolling here. My voice is starting to go a little bit, going on 3 hours now, but my voice is starting to go a little bit, but I'm still good. We got this.
For over a decade, it happened to you one time. So I'm not saying it never happens, but it seems pretty rare.
What was that Jim Caviezel movie from Angel Studios? Sound of Freedom. A lot of people were getting paid review offers for that. I know someone who I know someone personally who got an email offered, and it was a lot of money, and he was tempted because of how much money.
So again, this does happen. This does happen, chat.
And they had to
They didn't
disclose that it was paid.
Exactly. Like I'm even from the side of, even if they're saying even if they put in your email, you don't have to be positive. We just want you to review it. The fact that they're paying you, I feel like immediately discredits your credibility automatically. I think
they are paying you. Like, again, free merch, getting to see the movie. Like, you got to see the movie itself for free. Access. It's the same thing. People are spending money so you can go do that.
People would right away distrust you. That, oh, well, how can we really trust you? Even if you're told you can be positive or negative, you were paid, so you probably feel like you have to be positive. So even in that sense, I would never take a payment.
I think that's totally fair.
Only you did take a payment. Okay, Roxy, last word.
I don't believe I would either. However, I don't even think it matters, because the point is you have to disclose it.
You have to disclose it.
So if you, as a viewer at home, if you see somebody, it says ad or sponsorship.
Okay, that's it for me. I've had enough of this. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to go this long. Went a little long, didn't we, chat?